Arden doing Thunder Horse Descendants Morning Coffee Talk. Hello, Cindy. Hi, Bonnie. Hey, Beth and Heather. As usual, I haven't really decided what I want to do. I've actually considered just going and grabbing something out of my bins of extra stuff and just seeing what I got. But I was thinking, since I found those Gollum beads, and they'll fit on leather, maybe we want to make a leather bracelet with one of them. So, but I have to decide which one I want to use. And I was thinking I still have the large hole beads from that was in my FOC, but I also have, are they still right here? Yes. Some large hole beads still from Softlex, from various strands of them. So they actually might go better with our Gollum beads since they don't have a pattern on them and they're straight one color. So morning, Deborah. Morning, Sid. Morning, Mary. I know the last day of February hardly seems possible, does it? So, I've got some leather out. I got these large hole beads. I've got the Gollum beads in this tray. I'm thinking we'll make a leather bracelet, but I still have to make sure I have all the goodies I need to put it together. I have some leather endings here, but I'm not sure if these are ones for 1.5 instead of 2, the leather. Well, the 2 will go in here, but it's a little bit difficult. So it might be better to get the 1.5. I know I have some that's, actually I think this is 2.5, so they probably want 2-inch. And I think I have some different colors of 2-inch over here in my bin. So we might try that. So, hey, Jennifer. Hey, Janice. So, I decided to keep the earrings like I was talking about, mainly because they are 2 slightly different colors of gold, and I don't like to try and sell something that's weird, so to speak. We want the smaller leather. Let's see. Oh. Interesting. Don't know what there's doing a knife in my bead stuff, but hey, you know, find strange things. Lots of suede lace. What are you? I think this is just one. I don't want one. Where's my brown? And I'm finding all kinds of leather spool things, but not the spool of light brown that I had here. And I know it's down here in here somewhere, because this is where I stuffed all that stuff. Ha! Knew it was here. Just have to look hard enough. So it's a wonder what I can find in my boxes here. Hey, Tina. Hey, Cindy. Oh, thank you. You saw that video, huh? For the public, it doesn't come out till tomorrow, but you guys in my members only, of course, get the videos early. So those of you who are members probably saw that video yesterday. Yeah, that fits better. So we'll go with this. And it's a light brown, so it works. We've got our little endings here now. Our black is bigger than I want. Now, this is, I always thought that this was 2 millimeter, but it's bigger than this brown, which very specifically says on its baggie that it is 2 millimeters. A 10-meter spool. So we have brown, black, and white of these. Then we have all colors of Gollum beads. But we'll probably use one with some brown, so we can use the browner one there. I have 3 of this style, so maybe we'll go with this one. Or I just have 1 of this one, which has got lots of browns on it, so maybe we'll do it. We'll have to make that decision. And yeah, put this aside for right now. Stay. So we have some stuff down here to make a leather bracelet, though I don't have any large hole spacers. I'll have to find some of those. I do have, oh, actually I have some right over. Come on, where are you? There they are. It's wonderful what you find when you're searching through stuff, and then there's stuff you go, now what did I do with that? Now these are really big, so I'm not sure if it's something I'm going to want to use, but we'll find out here in a minute. So, hey Marianne. Hey Kimberly. Oh. Bit of work there, huh, Marianne? Happens to the best of us. So let's turn down. We'll make some decisions on which beads we're going to use. I probably want some different spacers than these, but I'll have to look around and see if I can find some. Which, of course, you know I can, because I got spacers everywhere. It's just a question of how many of them are large hole and how many of them are just regular. So of course, a lot of times I have large hole spacers because I use them in my stretch bracelets. Hey, Connie. So we're going to turn down here in a minute, and we'll get going on this leather bracelet. And if we have some time, maybe I'll even get some beads out and make a stretch bracelet. You never can tell what I'm going to do. So, okay, that's something I need right there. I have some really large crimp covers, and I used the large crimp covers to end my bead strands on my bracelets. on my leather bracelets because it holds the beads in place so they don't slide all over your leather bracelets. So we need a couple of those. Spacers, yes, I will need some more. But anyway, I do have some odds and end things down here already that we're going to use. And let's turn down and we'll look at them. Come on, turn. Okay. And I'm going to pull it up just a hair's breadth if I can get it to. Ugh. Now a little bit too much. Leave it. Okay, so here is my leather cord. It is 2 millimeter according to its packaging here. I got this from Sam's Bead Shop. It's warm brown. So I think we're probably going to use the brown ones out of here because we do have them. And I think I want like 4 of them, so there's 2 on either side, but we'll put out 6 just in case I decide to go with 6. And I've got these 2 Gollum beads. I'm leaning towards this one, even though this is probably the most expensive one I have, but he'll go with the browns really nicely, I think. Though, you know, this one could go with brown too, because brown's pretty neutral. Yes, Heather, I do have a lot of spacers. It's one of those things that I look at and go, oh, do I have enough of those? Maybe I better get some more of those. Because you never can tell when you're going to run out of spacers. And I have done so before, which really upsets me when I run out of them because it's like, what the heck? I needed more of those. Now, I do have some of these that could go in with these as well. I only have a few more of these left. One of those things that I need to see if I can find some more of those. So, and even though I've been cleaning up, I still have a mess here beside me, but it's not nearly as big a mess that it was before. But I'm not finding my other large hole bead spacers. Well, I could braid spacers, but I don't feel like it. So I think this one will go on whatever side of the Gollum bead. Which ones do you guys like? I'm going to go with this one. This one, it matches the browns better. All the other ones I have are either 2. This one's a 3, so I have an extra one and this is the other 2 I have, but that one looks like a poinsettia to me. So it's more like a Christmas one. So I don't want to use that one. But I'm thinking I like these. I'm not sure if these will go on these are some pretty big bead caps, but I'm not sure if they'll go through the leather. They might, because they look like they have a pretty big hole. Come here, you. Out. Yeah, they will. So I was thinking of actually putting them on this side of of my brown bead here. These ones I found when I was cleaning. Look how big these are. Big chunky guys. So I'm not, oh, I think these are too big. Look how big they are, even with this big bead. So these are too big. We don't want to use these. But I am thinking of just I don't need another one. And then this, of course, will go on, these will go on the ends here, which will stop the beads from sliding around, and it will still cause another silver piece there. Let's string this, see how it looks. Take you away because you don't need to be here yet. Now I would put these one of these facing either direction, but I think that would, make it really big here. And I'm not sure I want that many beads on it. We want our leather to show to a degree. So I'm liking it. And like I said, I think this would be too much to have two here, which I had considered, because so it looks like a dual spacer. Actually, that's sort of cool looking, isn't it? Hey, Linda. A pop of color would be nice, but I don't know if I have a bead with a big enough hole. That's the biggest problem with putting things on leather. It has to have a big enough hole to fit. Though, you know what? Are these the ones I think they are? No, they're regular pearls. I have somewhere, I think they're up here. Let's see if one of these would fit on here. These are large hole pearls. They're a bit spinny, but that's all right. So is that Gollum bead. See if they'll fit on the leather, because they would certainly add a little something here. Oh, they feel like they will. So I'm thinking between the two here. Of course, now our bracelet's getting a little long on our leather, but that's all right. Put it here. And then the spacer and our My other large hole pearls are gray and purple, so I don't think that those would work good, but this cream one isn't bad, I don't think. So now if we put the other one over here with another bead, it might end up being longer than we want it to be. But let's see. I'm going to cut 7 inches of leather. I don't need that much, but I'm going to cut that much anyway. You guys go over there. I don't need that much because we got to have the hardware on here too, so. Though the beads are going to make it be extra. I'm going to cut 8. Right. When I have to cut some of it off, that's all right. It's better to cut a little bit off than not have enough, right? So we'll pull this side, go over there, put the pearl on. Come on, baby, go on there. Okay, we need a different one. That's all right. That hole looks pretty good sized. It is. Okay. We're falling off. See, it may have been a good idea. I cut it to the 8 because those beads are taking up a lot of space. But I'm liking it. So, and then of course, when I finish, these will go on here. So get my bracelet sizer out and now see, we almost make it to 7, and so when I put the hardware on, it's gonna need a little less, but not a lot less. So I'm gonna get my Loctite out. We're going to put a drop in our end here. And then push my cord up in there. There we go. So I got it. So it's right there where I can just see it here at the end. Then I'm going to take my pliers, and it's got this middle section that squishes in, and I'm going to carefully squish down some. Then I'm going to turn it and squish down the other side. Got to be careful of your squishing though, because I've squished them too hard and broke the connection. I mean, it still worked because I only broke one side of the connection and it had the glue in there, but it's still something you need to think of, to remember when you're doing that, so that you don't overdo it. Now again, see, I've got, now this has added this much space to it with the loop, and then we'll add our jump ring on here, and our um, jump ring and the lobster claw, and then we're going to be larger than we would be before. So we are going to probably have to cut just a little bit of the leather off, maybe about so much, but we'll see in just a minute. So there really isn't going to be a lot of leather showing on this bracelet, but that's all right. It's going to be pretty. I like it. So oh, I'm sorry you have the blues, Beth. I have that sometimes too. There's times like lately I've just been, well, not so much this month, but last month I kept having this feeling of, oh, something's going to happen, something's going to go wrong. And then Randy lost her baby, and that might have been what the thing was that was going to go wrong. But so we need to decide how much we need to take off and cut it off. So just a sec, I got to get my lobster claws. I put them away. Big tray of lobster claws. Now I know how much I have of each one. Now we can go with either the stainless steel or the silver ones. I may go with the stainless steel because it's antique silver here. So let's get this working good. So now we're going to have this much, and then of course the jump ring on the other side to contend with for sizing. I like to make my bracelets about 7 because that's the normal, that's the, the average. Mine is actually 7 1/4, so it could be a little bit longer. So, but I'm thinking I'm going to cut off about right here, just a teeny bit. Don't need a lot, because if it drops down to 7 1/4 or 7 1/2, that's fine. I'm not going to worry about that. But I do want a little bit off, so we'll go about right here. Now we put a little Loctite in this side. Now this leather's a little bit bent from being packaged, but that's all right because it's a natural fiber and it'll straighten itself back out as it goes. So we only need that little bit of Loctite. And I always use Loctite on leather because that's what Leather Cord USA recommends. And but never on stretch bracelets because it dries too hard, and when you're stretched, the elastic in the cord will then get too brittle. So let's see. Come on, you're just not quite up as high as I want you to be. Now I can see it. I think my super glue is starting to dry. So again, pinch right here just a little bit, turn it over and pinch from the other side. So now that we have the ends on, we want to decide about how much length we have on either side to put our crimp cover on. Now this is a really big one, and I use this with the bigger leather. It might be bigger than I need for this one. In fact, it is. I can see that it is. So I think I have some slightly smaller ones here somewhere. I just have to locate where I've got them stuffed at. Now, if you don't care if your beads wiggle around, you can always not do this step. But I like mine to behave, so to speak, and so stay put where I put them. Come here. Okay. Now see, these are bigger than the normal one, but they're still smaller, quite a bit smaller than the ones I already had out here. So now where do I have these? Oh, it's the top. Okay. Always got to be grabby with each other, don't you? So then what we'll do with this is when we decide that we have our beads where we want them to sit, we'll take one of our spacers, we'll drop it down over the top of our leather. Now you want it to go in about where you want it to stay, because if you've got these tight enough, they'll mar up your leather some if you wiggle them around too much. Okay, let's close. Okay. So now it looks like a ball spacer as opposed to a crimp cover. There's no crimp that it's covering. It's just holding our beads in place, more or less. Oh, come here, you. Let me grab you. Want to roll, do you? Well, too bad. I don't want you to. So now that'll hold our beads from sliding around. Now we just need to put our hardware on, and our glue is probably dry enough to do that now. So just get a couple of jump rings and we can finish this off. What will I price this at? Ugh. It's not going to be a cheap date because this bead itself is almost $6, $5.75. Where is that tag I clipped off of it? No, of course I don't find it anymore. Oh, there it is. See? Chameleon Eye Lintel Bead by Gollum, $5.75. So, and then the pearls I think are 45 cents a piece. These little barrel spacers are only 8 cents, and I don't think these are very expensive either. These ones, maybe 10. But I think these are like about, how much did I pay for that bead strand? they're probably at least 20 cents. So I'd have to add that stuff up, and then the leather is 10, it's a 10 meter spool for, so that's actually not too expensive, but you know, we gotta add everything together. Come on, baby. Now this, I'm just gonna need one of these. These are my stainless steel medium ones. This, I think they're 6 millimeter. Huh, where'd my 8 millimeter go? There's copper. Oh, they fell. Come here. I don't want you guys. Get back up there. This one. I think this is silver, and I do think I have some stainless up here on the shelf somewhere, but we'll put this one on. So as you can see, this is going to add at least a 1/2 inch, maybe even a little bit more than that. So we may end up being like 7.5, 7 3/4. We'll see when we're got it done here. Seven and a half. That's what I figured it would be about. So to price this baby, I would want to take and add everything up. You're right, Kimberly. That was a sell price for the Golem bead. They are pretty darn expensive. But, and if I were to have to replace it, and I'm not even sure you can still get this style. I got it a few years back at one of the Softlux's live sales, and I was, you know, I got a whole bunch of them. So, but if I take the price that was on it, that's $5.75. And I believe these are about at least 20 cents a piece. So that's at least 80 cents. The pearls are 45. I think that's what I have wrote on here. 46. So that's 92 for the 2 pearls. Then these were, I just got those out, and these are the older ones, and they were 10 cents. But the newer ones that I've got that are quite similar to those are actually 40 cents now. Pricing changes, you know. These are slightly different. They're Tibetan silver, so, but we'll go, since those are the 10 cents ones, we'll use 10 cents. And then these were also, I think, 10 cents. And then we got our 40 cents for our lobster claw. Your jump rings are going to have different prices, but I average them out as 4 cents a piece. And then we have our little, these are 27 cents a piece. Now see, we're already up at $9.09, and that doesn't count the leather or the 2 little crimp tube covers, which are, I'll put 10 cents for that. The leather is more of $7.95 for 10 meters, which is about 30 feet. Everybody remember 919. 7.95 divided by 30. And that's per foot divided by 12. So it's about 3 cents an inch. We used 8 inches. Plus 9.19. So we're at 943. And so what I do one of two things. I multiply it by 2 plus my hourly rate, which is $30 an hour, or I multiply it by 4, and whichever comes out less is what I actually end up spending or calling it. So times 2 is 1886. We used about a half hour to make it. So it would be at least another 15. So we're looking at least $34 for it, and that's if I charge the price that I paid for this bead. Replacing them is it would cost different amount, and I'm not even sure you can, like I said, because I got this a number of years ago, and the guy who makes the Gollum beads doesn't make the same ones. So I mean, I can get other Gollum beads, but probably not this chameleon eye one. So so if I were to do the 30, this would be $33.86 with the one way of doing it. And then we'll take out that $15 again. And then if I do it, the divided by 2, because then we got now times 4 is 37. So it ends up being really close to the same price. I think the hourly rate and stuff ends up being a little bit less. And you're right. My dad was had his own business building cabinets, and he always used to say, if it takes you a lot of time, but you don't use a lot of materials, always charge extra for your time, because you are putting more time into it than you normally would put into something. So you need to weigh that out, because your materials may not have cost you very much, so that isn't going to add up into the price very much, but your time and your energy and your experience is going to be more than what you normally would have it be. So you should charge extra for that. So that's why I always do it this way. And my dad always used to say charge triple plus time, but I don't. I usually do double plus time or just 4 times. So crimp cores are the death of you. Yeah. Yeah, Kimberly's right. The Gollum beads are usually at least $8 anymore, and it probably would cost me more like 10 to get this one replaced. The basket large hole beads have now at least doubled in price than what they were when I got these. And I don't remember what the strand of the brown beads cost me, but I will tell you they were in one of my Softlex kits, so you know. But yeah, now that $40 would be if I'm right here beside you and I'm going to give it to you right here. If I'm going to put it on my Etsy shop, it's going to go up to probably 48. Why? Because I call everything free shipping, so I don't have to deal with shipping charges. So no matter what your shipping is, I add $5 in for shipping. And then they have fees. So I I add a little bit extra to help cover those fees so that I'm not losing it on the fees. And then, of course, you've got all your packaging. You don't just mail it like is. It's not going to come to you. The post office isn't going to deliver it just like this. You have to have packaging for it. So it has to go into a box. And then that box has to go into a padded envelope. And then you've got the cost of your labels. And don't forget any of these things because they cost, they're not free. So yeah, if I put this on my Etsy shop, it's going to be probably about $48. Just because, like I say, your packaging and all that stuff. And because I just use the regular white jewelry boxes when I ship stuff out. But I brand my boxes, and I brand them by my logo sticker. So I put this sticker, this one or a smaller one. I do have a few smaller ones that are more like this size. If the box is one of the smaller ones, goes on the box. And then it gets wrapped with some washi tape and a thank you sticker on that to hold it in place, because let's face it, washi tape will come loose relatively easily. So, those are some more things you have to think about when you're pricing stuff. These are stickers. I ordered these. I got these from Vistaprints. So they're really nice. I really like them. Now these are on plastic, but they say you can get them on paper too. I've never tried the paper ones. I like the more plastic ones because they're more sturdy. But since I'm putting them on a box, they probably could. Exactly. So anyway, if I were to put these in a box, actually I have a box done up over here because I was going to send it off. Well, it's partially done up. I haven't finished it because I haven't decided if I want to add anything more to it. This is a gift for somebody. So see, I put my sticker on like here, and then I'm going to put the washi tape around it to hold it closed with a thank you sticker on it. And sometimes I also have little Made in Montana stickers that I'll put in the corner of the box. In fact, so I'll do that like there. And let's face it, you always want to put in some of your business cards too, so that if, they have a business card for themselves, and I usually put in at least 2. So that if they want to keep one for themselves, but somebody admires it and says, oh, well, here's the card of this person that made this for me. So then you have that as well that you can add in. They do a really nice job, Mary. I use them all the time for my business cards. So, and if it's earrings, then I have had these earring cards made. So I'll punch these and the earrings will go on these. So that's another wrapping piece. And then I also put them all in a little baggie, so to keep them a little safer. And like I say, I put in a couple of business cards, which cost me a little extra because I just do the logo on this side and then I have all my information on the back side. So, and if that's not good enough, then I will, when I'm shipping them, I put in a card. Not sure if I have any made up ones here yet right now. I usually do, but I'm not seeing any, so maybe I don't. Oops, knocking things down. But I have well, this one's going the wrong way for this picture, but I have these from Photographer's Edge, these photo things, and I take one of my own photos and place in these, and then I write a little thank you card in these. So there's all kinds of little odds and things that go into the ones that I send in my Etsy shop. Now, like I said, if you're just meeting me at one of my craft shows, then you're just going to get just the bracelet, so I don't have to worry about all those extra costs. But if I am putting it in my Etsy shop, of course I have to worry about those extra costs, and I hope that all of you do the same, because otherwise you're losing money. Because all these things cost you. And besides that, I also give a free gift. If it's somebody that I know is a beater, then I might put in a couple of my crystals. If it's somebody that I know is not, if I don't know one way or the other, then I make little earrings, and I'll put a pair of those in as a free gift. So like, there's a pair. So there's all kinds of little extra expenses that I do for my Etsy shop stuff that doesn't go into the regular stuff. So lots and lots of different things that you need to think about. Yes, I have my earring cards made through Vistaprints also. So yeah, so like I say, this would be $40 if I met you on the street and sold it to you there, or at one of my craft shows, of course, or $48 if I well, at least $48. Let's see. Well, maybe $50, because what I do is I put the price that I was going to charge, and then I add 11% for the fees and all of the odds and end things that you're going to that have to be added in. So that adds another $4, and then $5 for shipping. No matter what it is, if it's going to cost me more than $5, oh well, I'm evening that out between all of the things I sell. So, but it's usually usually close to $5. So, and then it comes to $49.94. So it would I probably would charge, it would be at my discretion, somewhere between $48 and $50. Are they 3x5s? My these, or my business cards? These little stickers? I think they're 3x5s. Oh, 2x3. And then my smaller ones I have, they are like the same, except for they're like a, well, here, I think they're right here. And I originally just got these as an experiment to see if I would like them, and I have liked them. So for the smaller packages, like sometimes, you know, you have made something small and you only need one of those little tiny boxes. So then I've only got one sheet of these so far, but these are like address label size. So they're like 1x2s. Yeah. And so they would fit good on, oops, I just dropped some of my spacers. Let's see, like on one of these little boxes like this, I could just put it right up on top there. And besides those, I also have, these are new that I barely just got, but I've really been liking them. These are called envelopes stickers. So I've been using these on some items instead of the little thank you stickers. So like this gift box that I've got here, we'll get one of those because obviously they didn't order. They just, it's a gift. So they didn't order them. I'm just going to give it to them so they get one of those little envelope, what they call envelope stickers. So the earring cards are the same size as a business card. So I think they are also 2x3s. Yeah. 2x3.5. Okay. So then I just take these and I have a earring card punch and I just put them in here and I punch this. Now I will tell you this punch is getting older and it doesn't want to open or even close sometimes. So it's not going to open right now. I have to sit it and let it wait for a while and it will do it gradually. Or that's how I bent the tip of my awl. I was impatient and I shoved it in the other side to, where is my awl? Huh, weird. But anyway, I shoved it through the little things to make it go. Strange. It's always right here. Wonder what I did with it. See, sometimes you clean and then you can't find stuff. Here it is. I have a brand new one, so I don't really need this one, but I got the tip of it bent because I was pushing these to try and get it to release them. But I need to pull this apart and see if I can oil it and see if that will help. Or get a new one or the other. I mean, it still works. It just... Now I've dropped it. What a surprise, right? I just have to work at it a little bit. But, see, there we go. Oh, down here on the floor was an extender chain. So anyway, so I just punched the holes in it and there we go. Now this is my newer ones. I had one of my friends made the logo for me. I used to just use, let's see, I've got an older one sitting here, I think. These are my old ones, and they were all just one-sided, so they cost me less, but I like these better. Well, these are one-sided too. They're not a business card. But then these are, well, let's see. Come here, you. These are the rainbow earrings that are my video for tomorrow. There's my coochie earrings we made earlier. But anyway, I'll just take my lever back or my post, whichever I've used, and hook them. Come on. Hook them onto my little card. Now these have 2 holes. You could put a little pair of posts on here with these if you wanted to. But so now they're in my card. And then for a little extra protection, if they'll go in a little baggie. Come on. Before they're boxed. So I started making the little stickers because my artists and craftsmen club, they had a deal if you wanted to order some stickers, and the first ones I got were bigger and square that came from them, but we got a discount because we bought a whole bunch because there was a lot of us purchasing them. And so after that was done, I went and I liked them, but they're bigger than I really needed, so I started thinking about the other size that I use now, and I compared the price from Sticker Mule to Vistaprint, and I liked it was a little bit less for Vistaprint. And since I get all my business cards and things from Vistaprint and they were having a sale, I got it at a little lower price. Those little skinny ones also work great on the boxes that you put necklaces in, the really long ones. You can put those on that and it works. Those work really nice on those. So, but I find when you brand your boxes and things, people remember, especially if they leave them in those boxes, then they remember what your products more. Bye, Debbie. Have a good day. So anyway, our bracelet would be about $48 in Etsy. And like I said, if I met you on the street, it would probably be about 40 or one of my craft shows. I haven't priced my pretty little rainbow earrings here yet. I should, and put them up on my Etsy shop. But so I think it turned out really pretty. It worked really well, and I want to thank whoever suggested the pearls, suggested another pop of color, because it made me think about these pearls. Like I said, I don't use them very often because I did specifically get them for using with leather and stuff since they are large hole. And I have them in, I got these from Candy Cooper, if I remember right, some time back. For some reason, these purpley brown ones, copper, whatever you want to call this color, are a little bit less expensive than the, and here's some, and white. Oh, no, it's gray. So the gray would have gone all right too, though it's blue rather than gray, but it still would have. But so, I like the cream. So I got those 3 large hole pearls. And like I said, I got those from Candy Cooper many years ago. So anyway, we've been on, just barely over an hour, much less than normal. So we are going to go here pretty soon. I think this bracelet turned out really nice. I liked the suggestion, like I said, of the pearls. There's more beads than I normally would put on a leather bracelet because, well, here, see how I've got a lot more of the leather showing on this other bracelet here. And this bracelet, I used Starcross Lovers from Starflex. That's last month's kit to make this one. And then, of course, we made this one from our Glacial Glimmer stuff. So as you can see, I usually leave more leather, but the pearls really added to this one, so I didn't want to not have them. And we could have left this off, but I like it the way it is. So I think it turned out nicely. Yeah, tomorrow is the first day of March. Isn't that amazing? Though we've been having some beautiful days here the last few days, and I'm expecting something to happen. Because Montana is not known for nice weather at this time of the year. Um, in fact, we've had some of our worst blizzards and snowstorms in April, and I can remember one first day of spring that we had a blizzard. So, yeah, I'm not expecting this pretty weather we've been having to stick around for much longer because you know, my grandson once came to me and said, "The groundhog says we're going to have spring early." And I said, "The groundhog is nuts because we live in Montana and that ain't going to happen." So, anyway, I'm liking this bracelet. I think it turned out really pretty. Now we've priced it. I don't have to worry about doing it myself later because we already did it. And you're very welcome, Bonnie. I don't mind sharing my shipping ideas at all. Um, but like I say, you gotta think about all those extraneous things that you add because if you're not just handing it to somebody that bought it at a craft fair, you're paying you're paying for all those other things, the shipping, the hand when they say shipping and handling in a description when you buy something and it says this much is shipping and handling, that handling is all of the packaging and the person that has to get it all together, their fees, because most of those big places have, if you're getting whatever you're getting from a big place, they have an employee who does all that, so they have to pay them. Sort of like Randy and Shannon. She has to pay Shannon for putting everything together. Then we got your boxes and your packaging and all that other wonderful fun stuff that you're always going to have. So, hey, Dorothy. So, always something that you need to think about. There's always those extra little things when you're not handing them over at a craft fair or at or if they buy it right off, hand to hand. Now, you also have to think about when you're at a craft fair, I never add any pricing to mine, but you could. And one of the reasons you might want to, if you don't already have things priced, my craft stuff is all already priced, so I'm not going to reprice it just, for everything, um, for whatever show I'm doing. But you got to think of the cost of your show too. You don't get in free. You don't get your spot free. And some of them are really expensive. I've got one that I pay $300 for the weekend to do. So, you know, you're not going to get a free ride in your craft show. You have to pay for that too. So you gotta figure that too in your costs when you're thinking of it. Um, exactly to cover the booth fee. What color of packing envelopes do I use? I usually use I always had pink before, but since my logo is red on it, I'm using more red. Once I run out of my pink envelopes, I will be using red. Let's see if I have one of my pink ones over here that I can find really quickly. I only have a few of these left, so it will be going to red here pretty soon to match my logos and stuff. But I use these bubble wrap because your box will fit in here pretty well. So, like so. Now, I do have some other ones that are a pale blue, but they're double that size. And those were a gift from somebody. They gave them to me because they didn't need them anymore. And they're a double size one. And if I've got lots of orders or something really big going out, they go into one of the big ones. They can be pricey too. That's another one of those things you have to think about. Like I said, the box, the shipping, the labels, labeling, everything like that that you put out to get those things out there, they're a cost for you. You have to figure them in. So, and where do I get my my envelopes? Amazon. But you can get them in all kinds of colors. See, I think I've seen them in a pale purple, a pale pink, as well as the hot pink here that I generally use. The red that I'm going to next, and blues. I think there was another color I've seen them, but yeah, Amazon. And these are 6x9. Don't get the littler ones because your boxes are going to get really tight in them. It would be. I just go with, like I said, the pink was because all my old stuff. I'm going to turn up so I can see what people are saying easier here. Well, it's as long as my tripod's going to stay put here. There we go. I started with this pink because all of my business was a pale pink because of pale pink roses. But then, like I said, when Erin made my logo for me, she made them red roses. So because they're red roses, I'm going to switch to red envelopes here pretty soon. But as far as my labeling is concerned, my regular labels, they're just white Avery ones that, I put through the printer to go on the top because, that's the simplest thing. So anyway, there is our bracelet for today, our little impromptu pricing thing here and shipping interest stuff. But it's almost a quarter. We've almost been on for an extra 15 over our hour. So I think we're going to call it a day, guys. I do have the video, the recorded video. How about the little boxes? Where do I get those? Most of these boxes this size, you can't find them in the store very easily. I order these from Amazon in a big, huge box of them. And actually, I think I'm getting low and I need to order some more. But the regular one, the other sizes, let's see. These sizes, and then the longer one that's about this width, but about yay long. I just buy them at Walmart or Joann's. Of course, I'm not going to be buying them at Joann's much longer since Joann's is closing all their stores. I was really disappointed to hear that because, originally they said they were only going to close 2 here in Montana, one in Great Falls and one in Helena. And my closest one is Kalispell, so that wasn't an issue to me until then all of a sudden they said they were going to close all of them. And I'm like, no. So this is the other size I was talking about. This is the ones I usually put necklaces in. So, but yeah, that's where I get those, is Walmart's generally, or Joann's. Though I think you can get them at, I don't know, I haven't ever looked at Hobby Lobby or Michael's, though I probably should, because who knows, I won't be able to get them at Joann's anymore. You're welcome, Bonnie. So anyway, that is our wonderful, fun little bracelet and our talk about pricing. Like I said, that pricing is important. Um, and I generally, when I'm pricing stuff, I generally round up. When I got a price, because it usually has dollars and cents, and I don't like cents. I don't want to deal with change if I don't have to. When I go to Idaho and do the sales there, my Renaissance festivals I do, I have to take change with me because we have to charge tax, and it drives me nuts. And I know I had one lady say, "Oh, well, that person over there didn't charge me tax." And I said, "That person over there is probably from Idaho, and the tax is probably already built into their price." I live in Montana. We do not have tax here, sales tax here in Montana. So I can't build it in, and everything's already pre-priced, and I'm not going to reprice everything to fold the sales tax in, and then to have to go ahead and take the whole price off again when I'm back in Montana. That's just ridiculous. So, where did I get the connectors for my leather that I used? These little guys. I got these from Randy. She gets them from Taylor Falls Bead Store. So I got these ones from Randy. I have got other ones that I've got from like I've got some fold over style ones that I've gotten from, I'm not sure if I can find them really easily. They might be in one of my bags of this is this stuff and this is this stuff, and I need to box it up. Some of the fold over ones I've gotten from, well, some of them I've gotten from Randy's, but you can find them at Michael's too. So like these fold over ones here, I got these from Randy. Now you can use this on leather, but this kind, I usually use these on suede lace, the suede leather, because it's flat and it folds over onto there. Now these have the little prongs in them, which I won't use for ribbon. Remember when I made the ribbon bookmarks and I said if it's got a prong on it, cut it off, because the prong will cut the ribbon, but of course it's not going to do much damage to your suede. So these work really good for suede. And I got them from Randy as well. Thunder Horse doesn't see, I don't know if you can see the prong on there. There's a little prong right here in the end. So that will hold your leather in place. So when you're folding it over, you don't have to worry about losing it so much. The ribbon likes to fall out of as you're working on it. But when I'm using ribbon, I cut that prong off because the prong will cut your ribbon. So anyway, I said we were going to leave 5 minutes ago and we didn't do so. We talked some more. So we are going to go now. These round connectors right here, like this one, they are, they have more than one size of them. You just have to find the one that works for the size of leather that you're using. This is 2. So I use a 2 in here. They also have them for, I have got them at Auntie's Beads before also. Auntie's Beads. That's AUNTIES Beads. I don't know if I have one of their cards. They're one of their little labels here or not, or I'd show it to you. But I have got them there before. And if you look in their description, they'll say they'll fit such and such a size of leather. So that's definitely something to think about. And they do have them there. I've gotten them there before. And in the, like I said, in the description, it does say what size of leather they'll fit. And so that's something to pay attention to. These ones fit this, the 2 perfect, but the 2.5, I have used them on my 2.5 before, but I have to force it. And sometimes it's easier said than done. So easier just to get a bigger one. And I think it says it will go up to as high that you can get them as high as like going on to 4-point leather, but I've never. You're welcome, Georgina. So anyway, we're going to go, and I will see you later. My daughter wants to go to Costco, so I need to go to Costco with her. And I still need to record my my sun catcher. If you're a member, you saw me start my sun catcher yesterday. Oh, you know what? I said I was going to use this crystal on here, but I was originally planning on using that big pretty one I got from Leanna on the sun catcher. So I'll have to decide which one I want to use. This big pretty heart. So I'll have to decide for sure which one I want to use on the sun catcher. But I'm going to record that video. I started it. Here's the start of it. And this is actually going towards the top, the way this is sitting right here. This is going to, I'm going to put these on a ring, attach these all to a ring. Oh, come on, you're twisted up. And then it's going to hang from the ring like so. And then I'm going to put strands coming down that'll go into the middle on 4 of these little prong pieces, and it's going to be beaded, come together, and it's going to have either my heart from Leanna or this big crystal at the bottom. And then the other strands are just going to have smaller bead strands with a little round ball crystal at the bottom of them. So I'm going to record that. I probably will, well, I've already got it started, and I realized I had it started out and then was going to record it, and I went, well, I'll just tell them what I did when I started back up again. So that one is going to be Monday's video, making this sun catcher, because the girls, of course, will have a live sale on Monday. So, oh yeah, those are pretty. They're Egyptian crystals, and I have some, and they're gorgeous. They have a lot of sparkle in the Egyptian crystals. So, they always used to say that company that decided they didn't want us to do DIY stuff had the best crystals, and the Egyptian crystals were the second best. And nowadays, and Preciosa is really good now too. They've really stepped up their game since the other company decided to be butt heads. But I think the Egyptian crystals are gorgeous. So everybody have a lovely weekend. We'll see you all later. It's been nice having you all here with me. I'll be doing the morning coffee. They are very hard to find, Mary. I agree. I will be doing the morning coffee for the next 2 weeks while Randy is off getting married. So cool for her. And then, but I will be, of course, still doing the members live on Thursday afternoon, and then I'll have a recorded video on the days that the girls are having their the live sales, which this coming week is Monday, and the week after that is Tuesday. Shannon has an appointment on Monday, so she can't do the live sale the following Monday after. What would that be? It's going to be the 10th. Yeah. So they're going to be doing it the 11th rather than the 10th because Shannon has an appointment on the 10th. So I'll have a recorded video for that day as well. So, and then of course on Saturdays. So anyway, this has been Rose from Rose's Garden. I've been doing the morning coffee talk for Randy Brown, a Thunder Horse descendant, and we'll see you all. Well, we'll see you at the live sale on Monday. And if not there, then we'll see you Tuesday. Bye-bye.